What's up, everybody? This is Ashlyn Cole from your favorite morning show, Shop Talk, and you are listening to Freedom Radio.
Come on and get your freedom on. Come on and get your freedom on. This is the day that the Lord has made. It's a good day to get your freedom on.
Talking, passing me by. So many people in and out of my life, breaking through the binds of my mind. No, I wasn't made to quit. The sun is gonna shine, my faith is gonna rise. Some things I just have to learn, but Jesus strengthens me. I can do all things, and my life is a new meaning. I am my destiny calling. Victory. I believe just what he said. Yeah. I am my destiny calling me. Yes, I do. For I know things are gonna work out. And so, for God said it in his word, I gotta trust the plan he has for me. I am my destiny calling me. Yes, I do. I believe just what he said to me. I am my destiny calling. Yes, I believe what he said to me. I gotta reach my destiny. Said I believe, yeah, yeah. I gotta reach my destiny. I believe it. I believe it, yeah. I gotta reach. I gotta reach. Hey, 'cause he said, I'm the head and not the tail. He said, I'm a lender and not a borrower. Yeah. He said, I'm above and not beneath. I believe what he said. Gotta reach my destiny. Everything my hands touch, said it will be blessed.
What is going on, y'all? It is your man, D-Toe. You tuned in to Shop Talk, and you'll know that by, first of all, seeing my face right here. You understand? Secondly, you'll know it because right there on the screen, it says that you're tuned in to Shop Talk. Welcome to everybody who's hanging out with us, whether you're watching us live on Facebook, whether you're watching us live on YouTube, or if you are an OG in social media and you're watching us on Periscope, whomsoever you might be, wherever you might be watching, we are glad to have you hanging out with us. Now, for the next 2 hours, we're going to take this incredible journey called Shop Talk. And if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to the show. If this is, and if you're trying to figure out what did I tune into, what am I looking at? Well, let me tell you what it is. Come here. Shop Talk. It's that good barber shop, that beauty shop, coffee shop, donut shop. Ikanashi. I felt that in my shondo. Donut shop and even nail shop talk. Where literally, you know how it is. No person and no subject is off limits. And for those of you that may not know, don't do that, son. But for those of you who may not know, I am Demetrius Tofree. I'm your host, and I'll be hanging out with you for the next 2 hours. And of course, I do have some great co-hosts that we'll bring up in just a minute. But before I do that, do me a favor, do me a solid, help out your homie. Get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. But do whatever you got to do to tell your mama and them, Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are here hanging out, making things happen. We've got an incredible show lined up for you today. But before I do that, before I bring up my first co-host, we've got people already hanging out with us, chiming in from everywhere. Want to give a big shout out to my friend out in Sacramento, paparazzi seller Janet Thrasher hanging out with us. She says good morning, and welcome to Mark Williams hanging out with us. My friend, my brother Andrew Brian Caldwell hanging out with us. A musician and singer from the Bay Area, Kirsten Williams also hanging out with us as well. What is up to Tracy J. Wilson? What's going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us. A big shout out and a welcome to Azizi Lawn up in Sacramento as well. My neighbor, my friend, and my fellow vintage 1970 person, Ty McLean. She's hanging out with us as well. Another great person that's hanging out with us, also born in this great year of 1970. My sister, Shannon Fitzgerald, hanging out with us. Kim Ryan, also in the building. What show would we have without one of our favorites being Kim? Also, Denisha Sexton Dew hanging out with us early. What is going on? Renee Kennedy, fresh back from a girls' trip in Reno. Lord have mercy. What is going on, Renee? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. My dude out in Fresno. I know it's Fresno, but my pastor always calls it Fresno. Out in Fresno, the incredible Christian David hanging out with us. And if y'all remind me, he has brand new music. Maybe we'll get a chance to play that today as well. My neighbor, Gay Harris, hanging out with us as well in the Tracy area. Maury Adams, what is up, brother? Maury, what's up, man? Glad to have you hanging out and tuning in from Atlanta. Listen, it's going to be that kind of show. It's so exciting that I just can't keep it to myself. Let's get ready to bring on my first co-host. You know her. I know her. I tried to tell y'all gonna learn to listen to me one day. Y'all gonna learn to listen that when I say something getting ready to happen, you better know that it's gonna happen. I know I don't call myself a prophet or anything, but every now and then the econo, thank you, Lord Jesus, comes and flows out of my mouth. And just a few months ago, I told y'all that we were going to get to know her in a very real way. Let's bring up my homegirl out in El Sobrante of California. I was in El Sobrante last week, but yet we crossed paths and never hooked up. Anyway, my homegirl of yours, let's bring her on, Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on? You're muted, first of all, but what is going on?
What's going on, D-Toe? My goodness. It's two of me. It's two of me.
Is it?
It's two of me.
Is it?
It's still two of me. Hey, it's two of me. Hey, there we go. It's just one of me. Look, it's only room in this world for one of me.
Amen.
Let me tell you, it's only room for one. I'm excited. I didn't need that face though. I didn't need the shade. Did you see it get dark in here? It just got dark all of a sudden. The shade trees came in. Look, I'm super excited to be here today. What a weekend. I can't wait. I can't wait to tell y'all. Remember they used to do that in the 90s. Wow. When they made the videos. Yep. I can't wait. They did on the music video. I ain't been saved all my life. Okay. Don't try me. Don't try me. Try Jesus. Yeah. Try Jesus, but don't try me.
Oh, I won't. Trust me.
Because I throw hands.
Lord.
Try Jesus.
Yes, please.
Don't try me. Because I fight. Yes, sir. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had a fight. It's been some years, but I mean, don't try me. That's all I got to say. Try Jesus.
We'll try him. Thank you, Lord. We are glad to have you hanging out with us. And yes, we cannot wait to hear what you have to share of what happened over the weekend. Kim Ryan shouts out to you, and she says that she's loving the hat.
Thank you. This is an oldie but goodie. This is an oldie but goodie. I'm doing a new style. It's got this little burgundy stripe. See, so I'm rocking. I got the glasses, and if y'all can see my shoes, I'm rocking some burgundy Converse because that's all that really stays on my feet is Converse. I want to give a special shout out to Christian David, who is joining us. It's so good to see you on here, sir. And of course, the text team. Love y'all. My ride or die Kim. Delasia's on here. It's a lot of J-Mo. Look, everybody's on here today. It's gonna be a good day. I feel it in my shando. In my shando. And tell them about the t-shirt. Tell them about the t-shirt.
Yeah. I mentioned it last week. Now I don't think it has gone live yet, but I'm hoping that it should go live in just a couple of days. Ashton has kind of challenged me to go outside of my norm, and so I'm doing that. And we're launching some detold statement tees, and one of them says, "I feel it in my shando." Yeah, and that would definitely be available. Another one is it says, "I may not get rich, but I won't be broke." You understand? Everyday hustler. We got a lot of things happening. And actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because I don't have it in my hand. If I had it in my hand, I'd show you. But maybe before the show is out, I stepped out even for freedom. Obviously, we have t-shirts available on freedomradio.com as well as inside the Freedom Radio app. We've got Ashlyn Cole t-shirts inside the Freedom Radio app.
That's what Detail would do.
Yes.
Ikananashe. That's what you need a t-shirt to say. Ikananashe. That's the next t-shirt I give that one for free.
We may need an Ikananashe. We may need one of those t-shirts. We also have Ja'Cory Profilo t-shirts inside the Freedom Radio app. We've got Detold photography t-shirts. So many things are happening. But one thing that we just put in there, the weather's getting ready to change. It won't be long till the weather is going to change. And when it changes, you're going to need your Freedom Radio hoodie. I just got my hoodie just the other day. It just came in, I think, Friday or Saturday. And I'm super excited about it. I can't wait for it to get a little cooler so I can put it on and rock Freedom Radio with my hoodie on. Now, hopefully I don't get shot. That's the next thing. I just hope I don't.
Why would you even put that into the atmosphere, Dito?
Man, you wouldn't understand.
I have a black son. I understand. I understand. I don't know what it feels like in my own skin, but I do have I have a black son and a black daughter. Let's just keep it 100. I do know what the experience is for sure.
Yeah. But I just we try to do everything to make everybody happy and be able to promote Freedom Radio in every way that we can. So we've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies. It won't be long before we have hats and even so much more. So I can't wait to do that and keep everybody abreast of what's happening. Good morning and a welcome to Allegra Tolfree hanging out with us, the gorgeous and beautiful Allegra Tolfree. Glad to have her hanging out with us. And it's all to the good.
Wifey. That's wifey for those of y'all that don't know. That's wifey. And
you better know. You better understand. As a matter of fact, I be so hyped about her that let me do what I don't normally do. Now I'm a budding or aspiring photographer, and I did. Let me
Come
see.
on, Dito. Let them all know.
Yeah,
Oh, my
yeah.
voice is not warmed up today. It's not
It's
warmed
okay.
up today. I don't have runs like I normally do today. Let them all know.
I want y'all to take a look at this picture that I took of Allegra the other day, and
Hey.
she's out here trying to make things happen. That's what we do around here. That is the wonderful, the gorgeous, and the talented Allegra Tofu that you see on my screen. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Took that right here, and we're super glad to be able to show off a little bit of what we're trying to accomplish with our photography. And she is the perfect model to
You
make
know
things
what?
happen.
That brings a song to mind. Now, remember, I said I ain't been saved all my life, so y'all would appreciate. This makes me want to say, "Cutie pie, you're the reason why." And I don't know just how far as I should go because I don't know the words. It's all good.
I think the next word say the things I do them just for you. I believe.
Hey.
I could be wrong, but anyway, I wasn't always saved. I just always went to church. Anyway,
You have always been saved, Dito.
I said I have not always been saved. I just always went to church.
I hear that.
Yeah,
I do hear that because we got some definitely not saved people in church.
You know,
Oh, we got some pastors in the pulpit that ain't saved.
you know what? I'm
not
not going down that road. I'm not going down that road. I tell you what I would.
Lord.
I'll tell you what. Let's bring up our next co-host, and I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I was going to save him for last, but since he's been a part of this for many, many months, if not a couple of years, usually I would say let's reach out to the Boogie Down Bronx. But you know, a change has happened, a wonderful change, and he's no longer abiding in the Boogie Down Bronx of New York, but now in the ATL. My dude, my guy has moved. You know him as the Hallelujah Morning Man. He is back with us a second week in a row. And I asked him, like, yo, man, you gonna be hanging out? He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna be hanging out for a few. I'm like, well, welcome, man. We've always got a seat at the Shop Talk table for my dude, my guy. Let's welcome him as well. He's on mute. He's gonna unmute himself. But my guy, Demetrius Hunter, what is going on, man? Welcome back to the show.
Hallelujah morning, everybody out there in Freedom Radio land. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is so good and so great to be back here with the Shop Talk and Freedom Radio family. It has been so long and I have been truly missing out on so much. And it is so hard to sit there and listen to you all and not be able to be a part. Once you cross over that bridge, it's kind of like you want to kind of just stay right there in that flow. But I am glad to be back in this space. I'm glad to be back here. And I'm ready for a great, great show. Glad to be here with Dito. Glad to see my sister Ashlyn. Just glad to see everybody. I'm just happy to be here. Dee Dee, I see you down there and everybody down there. And the First Lady of Freedom Radio, Allegra Toll-Free, I see her down there. Like, I'm just excited to be back here. I truly am. Ashlyn, I'm so happy for you. Again, I'm so happy. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all are not following her Instagram, please follow her Instagram. Ashley is very much of what I say, like me as a fan. Like, this is my friend. So as a friend, I'm going to always support no matter what. But as a fan, taking myself out the friend seat and putting myself in the fan seat, as a fan, she keeps me engaged. She keeps me entertained. And she does it so authentically and so genuinely and so humbly. So I thank you for being authentically Ashley. I thank you I love your Instagram. I love it. I really do.
That's good stuff.
Wow. Michi, thank you so much. The flesh and blood didn't give that to you. Let me tell you, that was the Lord's doing. That was a word, that was confirmation for my soul. And I just appreciate that so very much. Thank you.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And that's what we are. That's some of the things that we do at Shop Talk. Yes, we laugh, we hee ha ha, we cry, we do all kinds of things here on Shop Talk. But one thing that we love to do is encourage one another. We have no haters on our show. We ain't got no jealous people. Did I say ain't? Oh well. We don't have no jealous people here. We all are about promoting each other. And I absolutely love that spirit that comes from us and hopefully reaches you where you are. All right, y'all.
And it reaches. Oh, my bad.
It's okay. Anyway, want to give a shout out to Denise Fitzgerald, who is hanging out with us as well. I think I mentioned Mrs. Kennedy, but she wants to say to you it's specific. Hey, Michi, what is going on? And I think I've mentioned Tracy J. Wilson, but she again also wants to say, hey, Michi, glad to have you back hanging out with us. All right, y'all. Let me bring up my next co-host out in the city of Charlotte. Actually, just left where you were, Demetrius. I should have hooked y'all up. I should have made that connection. Anyway, fresh back from Atlanta over the weekend. Now back in Charlotte, North Carolina. My homegirl, singer extraordinaire, graphic designer extraordinaire, and she just knows how to make it happen. Her mama raised her right because she's super smart, super intelligent. My friend, let's bring her up. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Come on.
Oh,
let's
for
bring
sure.
her up. The incredible, the incomparable Miss Yolanda, hate to be soloed on the screen, Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda, good morning or afternoon, and what is going on? You're muted, just so you know, but what is going on?
What's the thingy thing? What's up?
What's the
I'm
thing?
good. Yeah, what's good, man?
Why you coming on all hood? Come on, yo, what's good, man? What it do, bro? What it
I
do,
really
bro?
don't know. I did live in the. I mean, Denver doesn't have any real hoods. So
You're from Denver. What hood y'all got in Denver?
Okay, so it's the truth. There really are no real hoods. Now, people did shoot people, but there really are no real hoods in Colorado. Like, you know, like Chicago, that kind of thing. It's not like that. But I did grow up, you know, like in a predominantly Black neighborhood. I grew up I grew up across the street from a Blood. Real talk, all my whole life. So
What would y'all shoot people for in Denver? Skiing on my ski slope?
Wow.
Hit me with a snowball.
first of all, I didn't ski. I don't do that. We don't do that. My dad came to California. My dad moved from LA to Denver because he enjoyed the snow. But we don't do that. I don't ski. We don't do that. I'm too cute to ski, child. I'm not falling down nobody's mountain.
I feel you. I feel you. That's hilarious.
No. Before I grew up next to Bloods. There was a Blood across the street. There was one down the way. They all looked out for me. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? What's good? And I live on the East Coast now. I'm so excited.
It's all good. I'm not mad at you. I'm glad to have you hanging out with us. You always make me laugh in one way or the other. Let's put it up. Delasia says, up to you. She says, hey, sister Yolanda Morant, it is all to the good. Shout out to Mrs. Kennedy again, who says, Chi-Town is not all hood. She's from Chicago.
I didn't say all hood. I'm just saying there are some hood areas.
It's all good. And you know what? I'm glad that you made it out. And you made it out all right. You understand? Shout out to one of my friends who I have not seen in forever out in Detroit. My girl, Keena Thomas. Keena, what is up? Holla at me. What is happening? I ain't seen you since I was little. And that was just really like a couple years ago, but COVID kicked in. I haven't been going to the gym like I should. But anyway, forget all that. Keena, what is up? Glad to have you hanging out with us. It is all to the good. Asking you okay?
I was just my brain was just a little confused. I was a little, and God didn't give us a spirit of confusion, and so I needed to go and get back in my faith real quick with that.
Oh, okay, I feel you. It's all to the good. Listen, we have an incredible show lined up for everybody. You know what? I was getting ready to take a music break, but we'll do that in a minute because we got so much to cover that we need to just keep the show rolling. So first things first, Yolanda, I mentioned the fact that you were in Atlanta over the weekend. Tell us what's going on with you and what's getting ready to come up for you over the next few days.
So
you don't like being spotlight?
No, do not spotlight me. Okay, so I was in Atlanta for rehearsal for Kevin Lemons and Higher Calling. So I became a part of Higher Calling over the summer, worked out the whole boot camp part. And so, yeah, I'm a part. So we're going to LA to sing at a event. So yes, I'll be wearing my mask if anybody asks me. I have them in a variety of colors. So I'll be in LA for that. Super, 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 super excited. So I haven't been to LA since I was a kid. My dad's originally from LA, so I'm super excited because we're doing the singing, and then I'm going to make my way to the fashion district, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And so we're grinding music, graphics. I'm working on some other things. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, we're getting the grind on health, music, graphics, doing a whole
That's good
jiggy.
stuff. I think it's absolutely amazing. I wanted you to share that because I know you like to be in the background, but you do a lot of amazing stuff that everybody doesn't know about. So, being a part of Kevin Lemons and Higher Calling, that's huge. I mean,
That's great.
the fact that you was in Atlanta over the weekend for that rehearsal and getting things ready, and you'll be in California this coming weekend, man, that's huge. That's mammoth, especially during what's going on now. So
Yeah. I'll be there in about 2 weeks. So it's about not this week.
Okay, the following week. I got you.
Yeah, so that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm super excited. And there are some amazing things. I never ever do this kind of thing, but I want to give a shout out to Kurt Carr, who allowed me to design his newest single cover. I'm like, I never ever talk about this stuff, but I'm really, really super duper grateful. So shout out to entrepreneurs and creators, man. Just keep doing it.
That's dope. That's good stuff. Now, the single is already out?
Yeah, it was already a part of the actual album itself. But, sometimes they choose another song to actually, boost or feature.
Yeah.
Blessing after blessing. And like that was a dream come true. So
yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can locate that because I would love to show people what you've done.
Yeah, that and Brian Nelson too. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I agree with everyone who knows already that you are absolutely amazing as a graphic designer. I've been trying to. You already knew that, so you didn't need my amen. But you are definitely an amazing graphic designer. You've done my graphic.
Yeah, that was already the cover. So there's another cover that says "Blessing After Blessing." That's the project cover for the full album. And then there's another one that's called Blessing After Blessing.
Okay.
And I didn't know. So I didn't know. I never talk about detail. I never, ever talk about this stuff. But I didn't really know that it was going to be going digital. I just thought it was, so I had no idea. I just thought it was going to be something he was going to feature on social media. I had no idea it was going digital like that. So
that's dope.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can see it right there. This is the cover that Yolanda did for a single for Kurt Carr. And as you can see, graphically, it looks absolutely amazing, as always. So, yeah, Yolanda, great stuff. I think it's absolutely awesome. And continue doing what you do because you do great work. You do a great work for me. You do great work for Freedom, Kurt Carr, Brian Nelson, everybody else. You understand? It's going to be all to the good. I can't wait till you start, designing for, potentially, Kamala Harris, the potential next vice president of the United States, or somebody like that, somebody mammoth, so we can all go on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I'm just speaking in the atmosphere. You understand? The sky is absolutely the limit for you, and I can't wait to hear more testimonies of what God has done. I can't wait. It's all good. Now, Ashlyn, yes, go right ahead. Demetrius.
I have a controversial question that actually ties right into what Yolanda just said, but Amici, go ahead, please.
Oh, well, I can wait. I'll just reach out to Yolanda because I'm going to need her assistance.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Then as I didn't know she was connected to Kevin Lemons, which is like, because I'm going to need him as well. So yeah, I'll be reaching out to her.
Yeah. She's the one. She is the one. And I can't wait for us all to be in the same room together one day. So I'm decreeing that too and make that happen. So before we go any further, we just gonna keep rolling. We'll get to some music in a minute. Ashlyn, you had a great weekend, and I want you to kind of tell us about some of the things. Yeah, did you see that? You see me do that? Yeah, you had a great weekend, and want to definitely hear about some of the things that you had going on and bring us up to speed with what you have going on in your life. Now, I can solo her, Yolanda, but pick game. What's going on, Ashlyn?
I do. So do you want me to tell people about my weekend first or ask my controversial question first?
The floor is yours, whichever way you want to go.
Wow. Okay. So, all right. So this weekend, unexpected. Ernest Pugh, who I've never met in person, but through social media, through, you know, COVID and all that stuff, we're all digital. I reached out to him and he and I just started a dialogue. So we've been in touch. So he let me know that he was coming out to Oakland. So he had several events that he was doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. And so I went out Friday. It's so funny. You know, I joke about, you know, I ain't been saved all my life. I really ain't been saved all my life, y'all. So I was getting ready. It was like 8 o'clock at night and I'm getting ready, like putting lashes on and getting myself dolled up. And I was like, wow, it's like I'm going out to the club. Yeah, that's how I used to do it out back in the day. Asleep all day. Get up at 8 o'clock. Honey, get ready for the club. Oh yeah, that's how I used to go down. But now I'm clubbing for Jesus. So I got ready to go to church, and I dragged Ja'Cory with me too, even though I shouldn't have done that because it's a whole nother thing. But anyhow, so we went and saw Ernest Pugh, and he was singing "I Need Your Glory," and he's you know, called me out. You know, that mic toss thing is real. That's a real thing, and you better be prepared. Never say no. Let me just tell you, never put yourself in a position where you feel like you have to say no when somebody hands you a microphone. Just that's a little, I'll give you that for free. But I'm about to say Kurt Carr. Ooh, Lord, Father God. Ernest Pugh called me out, and I knew the song. That's another thing. Make sure that you know some material of the artist that you're going to see. And I'm telling you this, I sang like maybe 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and now it's all over. It's like gone viral over the weekend. Let me tell you what an amazing person Ernest Pugh is. He is absolutely one of the most joyful, giving, wonderful, supportive human beings I may have ever come across in the gospel industry. He is absolutely wonderful and so supportive and so loving. And so he and I are talking about working on a song together. So stay tuned for that. But here was my controversial question. Oh, Ja'Cory did sing too, and he tore the house down too. Here's my controversial question. Yolanda, you just mentioned working with Kurt Carr. So if you're working on a project, this goes for everybody. When we're working on a project and something doesn't go right? Let's say that you have a deadline and somebody brings you some material late, or, you know, one of your clients, like Yolanda, in your case, if you know that you have a deadline to get a graphic out and the artist waits till the last minute, or something happens and it's last minute to get you the graphics that you need in order to put your thing together. Do you go public on social media on a rant, knowing that people in your circle know who you're working with? Right. So now normally, Yolanda, you're private about who you work with, but like, I'm going to just use this as an example. You just mentioned Kurt Carr, right? Maybe it's Freedom Radio, right? Maybe if I go on a rant on social media and I'm talking about, you know, the radio station and they do me wrong and blah, 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 blah. People in my circle know who I'm talking about, even though you say we're not going to mention any names. I want to know how y'all feel about that, because I just experienced something like this. And it was like, I know who you're talking about, and you're talking so foul about these people. And I'm like, this is terrible. I just want to know what your thoughts are. Because I think we live in a social media era, right? So people are just spewing out stuff all over social media.
So, no. So this is what I personally believe. I personally believe that people are always watching you. Not only personally believe, it is fact. It is fact that people are always watching you. So I'll give an example. I do work. I'm not want to really private about the work. Sometimes I'm doing so much work, thank God, that I sometimes forget that I did. Oh yeah. You know, I'm working. That's the truth. I'm just grinding. It's not that I'm so proud. Proud, and it's not like an arrogant kind of thing. That's not a part of my personality and my DNA. I'm just working so much that I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that that kind of deal. So I personally believe, and it's fact. I've had the opportunity to work for Kenneth Mose, and I always tell people this story. Kenneth Mose, when I started doing work for Pastor Kenneth Mose out of Connecticut, he shared with me. I said, you could choose anybody. He said, oh, but I've been watching you for 3 years.
Hmm.
And when I tell you he
That's right.
sat down and he was able to tell me things that most people would never pay attention to, my habits, my posting habits, how he said, oh, this or this. I said, how would you? Oh, because I've done my homework and I've been watching you. So this is just me as a business owner, not just as a Christian, as a business owner. It is very important that you don't, number one, people are always watching. Number two, that you don't post, that you don't make a decision in your anger.
Hmm.
Because
That's
when you
good.
make a decision in the midst of your frustration and your anger, sometimes you say things or you do things that you can't take back.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like having a fight with your boo. And you've been, you know, you say something, and even though you apologize, you can't take back that you called them fat. You get what I'm saying? Like you just can't take that back. You maybe not have meant it in that moment, but out of the heart, the mouth speaks. So it's
One.
super duper important. I have kind of nudged some other designers or business owners and said, hey, take it down. You know, somebody stole my work, take it down. There's other ways to deal with the issue, but I think it's very super, actually, I think it's quite tacky, and I think it's very unprofessional for you to go off on a rant on social media, because again, you don't know who people are and you don't know who people will become. So you should never ever, because again, people are watching. I'm no dummy. I know that people are watching me. And the type of people I do work for, I without me going just talking too long, I represent more than myself. So I just don't represent myself. I represent God, right? First and foremost. But then I represent Freedom Radio. I represent Demetrius. I represent Ashley. I represent my family. I represent my church. I represent other people. And then when you start doing people work for people, they connect you to those people. So now I've just told the whole world, oh, I just did this for Kurt Carr. Okay, now I have to walk even more clean. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's cool to do. Now I get it. Things happen, and things happen a lot of times behind closed doors. And sometimes you're not properly vindicated, but again, vengeance belongs to the Lord. So, you know, you want to read your Bible, read that part. That's just my personal opinion. I just don't, I'm not saying I haven't had incidents, because I have. Somebody stole my money last year. And I'm going to be honest, for the first time ever, I wanted to publicly deal with it. And the people, even the hood friends I had, told me no. I said, you're supposed to tell me. Like, girl, it was like, no, you know, like, don't do that. Like, so at any point, it's just better to just deal with the matter privately.
That's good.
I like that. And you know what? It's you never know who you are encouraging, and you never know, Yolanda, as you just said, who's listening or who's watching. I just got a text from a listener that is listening and watching this very moment. They text me and said, heaven has kept me from social media rants lately. Oh, how I almost did a major rant about my monster in-laws.
Wow.
So, I mean, so Yolanda, you are like spot on with the mere fact that, one, you never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. Two, you represent more than just yourself. Three, as my mama said, you know, my mama told me many years ago, there's some things that you just can't take back. And once you've spoken some things, you can't take that back. You can say, I'm sorry as much as you want, but you can't take that type of stuff back, even if you delete it. You don't know who screenshot what you put up before you deleted it. So you have to be ever so careful, you know, as you want to grow in business, as you want to grow in wisdom. And that's really what you just told us, Yolanda, is that you've grown in wisdom to realize that me eating is based on how I act and react. Because the way you act and react can affect your checks. So it's very important. I'm from East Oakland. Yes, I did say East. I'm from East Oakland and from the straight up hood, you know, and they'll cut you for no reason where I'm coming from. But you know what I'm saying? There has been many times where I've wanted to blow up on somebody just because of how they treat him. Ooh, yesterday, Lord have mercy. Thank you, Lord, for your grace. Yesterday, I'm driving to church. Me and my son. I'm in one lane. My son's in another. There's a person coming up. I guess he's late for work. He's high beaming him, blowing the horn for him to get over. This is my son, Jesus. He don't bother nobody. And this dude was trying to run my son off the road. Little did he know that the person next to him was his father. Listen, it was nothing but the Lord. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you for your touch. Thank you for your wisdom. Because had I caught up with him, I might have been late for church, and y'all might be trying to put some in my books. Because but again, you have to know how to act. I guess maybe Kenny Rogers said it best, because he said you got to know when to hold them.
Yes.
Know when to fold them. You got to know when to walk away, and then you just got to know when to run. I know we talk about money, but even this can affect your money. So you never count your money. You never count your situations. You never count your losses. You're sitting at the social media table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. I'll let y'all have all of that for free. I'm sorry.
Preach. Who knew that Kenny Rogers was a preacher?
Can I say one more thing too?
Yeah.
I saw something last night that bothered my Shondo a little bit. The other part is people who have real money, they do not want to be associated with foolishness.
Never.
Somebody, I don't know who the person was, that doesn't matter, but they posted something that quote unquote Clyde Davis may have said. Let me help you. I assume, now I don't know Clyde Davis, but I assume that the Clyde Davis does not have time to send somebody a letter to cuss you out. He probably just disassociates himself. People who have real money and got real things to do, they don't want to be connected. They don't even want to be associated at all. Let me tell you one thing I do know about Doug Kerr. He don't like foolishness at all. People who got real money and are trying to execute real things, they don't want to be associated with it. So sometimes that even means who you partner yourself with. You can't partner yourself with everybody. Because some people, because of the connection, you'll lose out on the major blessing for your life.
Ooh.
That's good. And you know what? That's so good that I have a question. Now, I know this is not at all, Ashlyn, where we're supposed to be going, and this is your fault that we're going down this road. But you just mentioned something that people shouldn't associate themselves with certain people, which makes me go biblical and say, when everybody always want to use this when they're talking about marriage, about being unequally yoked. But can you be unequally yoked socially? Can your bestie be someone that you're not equally yoked with? And it doesn't have to necessarily be, salvation based, but do you have people that you are associated with social media wise or socially, or that you may not be that you may be unequally yoked with, that may be bringing down your shine and not allowing you to get to the level that God is trying to get you to?
It's good.
So how do we skim off the top or skim off the bottom the people, the dead weight, even though they're our friends, that might be keeping us from getting to our next level? How do we do that?
Be careful what you like. Some of y'all be liking stuff. You do know people can see what you like. Y'all do know that. You can't hide that part. Yes. So be careful what you like. Be careful what you share. Be careful what you post. Be careful what you repost.
That's huge.
You just gotta
That's a word in itself.
I mean, you can't like everything. There are some things, yes, it was funny, but it doesn't mean I should like it. Yeah. Even controversial things or the church. The church, the Shade Room has a church version. So the Shade Room has a church Instagram. It's so crazy to me. But this is the thing. I'm telling you, to be honest, I was on it, but there's just certain things that you can't like, right? Because I'm a business owner. I'm a gospel singer. I'm a Christian. I mean, people watch me, and whether I know it or don't know it, it really doesn't matter. It matters that you can't be involved in every conversation. There are some conversations I want to just say, oh my God, sit down. But see, you got to choose your battles. I don't need to go on a rant about the president. That's not even worth my time.
Right.
Go vote and be
And
happy.
work be heard. Go that
That's
route.
good.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Why
That's
don't
really
you
good.
why don't you go around about what police is doing, not what? See, that's not gonna change nothing. You got to do
Yeah.
things that change things. That's my personal opinion.
I'm
That's
with you
good.
now. Demetrius, you've been
good.
kind of quiet on this. And I know we've been talking about, from a graphic designer standpoint or a, artist standpoint and stuff like that. You may not be a graphic designer. You may not per se be an artist, but you're someone that we look to for that, that wisdom from a consumer standpoint, from a fan standpoint, from, those different standpoints. Now, I would love to hear what you have to say about what we're talking about.
Social media rants. I pretty much, concur and agree with everything that has already been said. I've been on both sides of the fence, to be honest and truthful. I've had a rant or two. I really didn't cry. But the difference between my rants are not subliminal. Like, my circle don't have to figure out who I'm talking about. The person who I'm talking about knows who I'm talking about, and everybody around knows who I'm talking about. However, it still does not make it, does not qualify it to be publicly displayed in any means necessary. It's still considered a rant, and it's still something that could have been done or handled behind closed doors. But in that situation and in that instance, I've grown from that, and it's amazing how on Facebook I have what I call these it's a lot of people on Facebook that are really Facebook giants, or social media giants per se, because they're so big on social media, but then when you see them, they're so small.
Wow.
They have little to say, they're not doing too much. They're kind of, you're just like, is this the same person? Sometimes you got to go back and look at the page and kind of scroll down, like, wait, yeah, this them. Wow. So you kind of have these social media giants that are really only giant on social media. You're not giant anywhere else. And it's not to cut down anyone. That's just how I see them. These people come out, they got so much voice, they got so much animosity, they got so much, and then when you see them, they're like,
Wow.
you gotta almost be like,
if it wasn't so cold, I would go get my church fan, but it's too cold for that church fan. But my goodness, that's so true. And I think that's, social media now has become that alter ego, that's we're kind of like split personalities, right? Like, the bravado, the shell of the person, right? And so you can build the shell around you to look shiny and new and clean and sparkly and, robust and all of, successful and wealthy. And, we talked about that there was a set in LA that people can go take a picture and make it look like they're on a jet. They can pay to have something to go on this thing and take a selfie. And it's just this little room that they turned in to make it look like they have their own private jet. And people are going on there and taking these selfies to make it seem like they're way bigger than they are. So I definitely hear that. And I so agree, Yolanda, with what you said about be careful what you like. Be careful what you share. Be careful what you're clicking to agree with certain things. I'm telling you, it's like you're perpetuating. If you think it's funny, okay, kiki, haha, but do your followers all need to see somebody falling down the stairs face first? I mean, that's just a simple example, but like, do we really need to keep perpetuating these images of people getting hurt or people getting punched in the face? I remember we went through a phase where people were posting all these videos of high school students, elementary kids punching people. I didn't want to see any of that. And it was like people were DMing me and I was like, I don't even want to see that. That's bad behavior. And you're perpetrating bad behavior. You're continuing it. So I definitely agree with that. And also, why don't you just go to the person that you have an issue with?
Yeah.
That's my biggest issue. Why
That's good.
can't you just pick up the phone? Because here's the thing. If I pass by your page, or I see that your live light lit up, and I'm following you and I'm a supporter of you, or even better, you're a colleague of mine, most likely I'm going to click on there because I'm going to see what's going on with you and how I can support. If I click on there and you're on a rant and I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me just tune my ear into what's going on. And a few sentences in, I'm like, oh, wow, I know who they're talking about. It just made me feel some kind of way, and it's like, I don't want to think that a member of my team, like if one of you, was doing a rant about the radio show, right? We all know what you're talking about. So I would feel compelled to be like, you need to go talk to whomever, take care of it. And that's Bible. That's Bible. That don't think that you're going to worship God. And then in the back of your mind, you're being hateful on, this, that, and the third. Like, you can't do that. You got to go clean your house first before you can be in the house of worship. So that's good. I appreciate you guys indulging me in this question. It definitely answers my question, and I appreciate that.
Now, Ashlyn, now listen, we're a few moments away from going into our first break, and who knows what that's going to be. But I work for this small tech company out in Silicon Valley, and many times when we watch presentations from this small tech company, they talk about one thing. They'll move on to the next thing. And just before they end the presentation, the CEO will say, but there's one more thing.
Oh.
So, Ashlyn, we've talked about your questions and all these type of great things. You've talked to us already about the incredible weekend that you've had. But I feel like in just a few short days, you should be talking about one more thing. What might that be, Ashlyn?
I feel like Yolanda right now. I'm like, why are you putting me on the spot? Is this a musical question, Dito? You asking me a musical question? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, one more thing.
Wow. Okay. So I guess I will tell y'all. So Friday, October 30th is the release of my first single since doing Sunday Best.
Oh, yay!
I'm very, very super excited. I've been real quiet about it just because, it is what it is. I'm somebody that doesn't really like to reveal things until they're like really done, because I feel like it loses energy. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about it and talk about it. I need that creative energy to put into the thing. So anyway, I'm super excited. I haven't put anything on social media. Nobody has the song yet. I just kind of mentioned it in passing to Dito, and I have a feeling that he's getting ready to just do something. But it will be available on Friday, and it, of course, is going to be on Freedom Radio, and I'm sure we'll talk about it next week. It's called Exceedingly. It's a song that I wrote well over 10 years ago, and I gave it to Marcus McCauley to breathe new life into it. And when I tell you, he took it to some whole nother next level. That brother right there is like, he is Hollywood. He just is walking. If you need good production, you want the good production, you need like film done, you need like you go see Marcus McCauley, because he is, he is the real deal. Holy
Hollywood McCauley is good. Hollywood McCauley is real good. Yes, he is.
Yes.
That's good stuff, and we can't wait to hear it. But I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick music break. When we come back from the music break, we will jump into our birthdays. I have one has to go. Actually, I don't know if we have an Ask Shop Talk. If we do, I haven't seen it, or you haven't sent it to me yet. So please,
it's in the notes. Yes,
okay, I'll take a look at it, get it ready to go. And since we're talking about Ashlyn, who is the homie, she always produces great stuff. I'm in an Ashlyn type mode just for right now. Don't tell nobody I said that, and don't tell her I said it. But I'm kind of in a bit of an Ashlyn type mode. So I'll tell you what, let's throw everybody backstage real quick. And let's get ready to have a quick music break. When we come back from the break, we have so much more to share. Keep it locked right here to your favorite network. You know what it is, children. It is freedomradio.com.
You said I'd never walk alone, that you're always by my side. You'd never leave me, you'd never forsake me, that you'd always be my guide. So I take you at your word and give you my life. Have your way, Lord, and I will seek your face and turn from my ways. Have your way, Lord, please have your way in me. Have your way. Walk with you, it's amazing, 'cause every day you show me something new. You're giving me peace, you're giving me joy, it's running over. Lord, there's nothing you can't do. So I dedicate my life as a living sacrifice. Have your way, Lord, and may everything I do be pleasing unto you. Have your way, Lord, please have your way in me. Oh, have your way, Jesus. Put down my resistance, I put down my plans, I put down my agenda, and I lift my hands. I want you to use me, use me in a mighty way, Lord. Have your way in me.
And we are back. Welcome back to Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. We bring back Ashlyn, we bring back Yolanda for the moment, and we'll bring back Emetrius in just a moment. All right, y'all, we've got people chiming in from everywhere, just talking about that particular song that Ashlyn has presented. Have your way. And shout out to Sharon Pringles Matthews, who was hanging out with us as well. I don't think I mentioned her earlier. And so many more people. People always hang out with us. And I don't always know because they don't always chat with us, but we are grateful for everybody that is hanging out with us. Now, I'm telling you, I have hit the thing to cancel that. What about now? Is that better? Is that we good? We good? We rolling? Say something, Ashlyn.
Yes, it is better. Yes.
I promise you, I hit the button. It's having its own way today. The button that I click is having
Have your way button.
Yeah, the button is having its own way. Welcome back to Shop Talk.
Let me just say real quick, it's so funny that that's not a new song, y'all. I love you all for the love. Everybody's giving me so much love in the chat. That's not actually the new song. That song is a few, maybe 3-4 years old, Dito. I think so. That was another single that I did in the last version of myself. I keep reinventing myself. But the new single is coming out Friday. In fact, I just sent it to Dito, so he has it in his hands right now. And yeah, I'm excited that it comes out Friday. It's called Exceedingly. You can pre-order it if you go to Spotify. You can look it up and pre-order it. And yeah, it's very exciting. Very exciting.
Okay, now I do have it in my hand. So does that mean that we can start playing it, or do I still need to wait till Friday?
If you wanted to play it today on the show, you could. We're not going to add it to rotation yet, but if you wanted to give people a sneak peek, you could. Maybe like a few seconds of it. That's not a bad idea. Like a little few seconds of it.
Okay, well, we'll get into that because right now it's on my phone. I got to send it to myself because
It's all good.
Phone set up like you have your phone.
It's all good. It was only meant for you to have it in your hot little hand. So I'm glad that you did. Shout out to Chris Haynes, who has joined us. I need to tell you, Chris Haynes is the truth. I ain't nothing but the truth. So help him God. My God, he is the truth. St. Louis is in the building. I've always known he's the truth, but I'm excited to be working with him again on a project. So hi, Chris Haynes, brother. I love you.
Awesome stuff. Awesome. Listen, we've got so many people hanging out with us that are always doing what they do, chiming in, keeping us going, making things happen. Emetrius, who is now back after taking a quick lunch break, but he's already back, and we've got Yolanda back as well. And we're going to tell you what we're going to do. Let's get ready to jump into our birthdays. The show has kind of took a turn, and we've kind of gone in a different direction already, but it's all good. Let's jump into some birthdays. I'm going to multitask somehow. And you know what I got to do? I got to type in happy, helps if I capitalize that, birthday. And all right, I'll start since I am here. And so let me tell you who all I have. I have a ton of people. And so I have my friend Tanya Smith has a birthday today. Happy birthday to Fred Triplett. Happy birthday to Sabra Jenkins Dupree, who turns 43. Happy birthday to Alicia McCreary Waters, Glenda R. Williams, Terrence Clayton. My dude, barber extraordinaire, Ben Colbert, turns 44 today. Happy birthday to Tracy Lawrence, to my cousin Gino Tollfree, who turns 28. Happy birthday to Jack Bowie. 39th birthday to Candace Scott. 68th birthday to Arthur Long Jr. Happy birthday to one of my classmates, Raquel. Happy 50th birthday to Johnny Hunter. Happy 43rd birthday to my friend and actor, Chaz Shepard. Also 43rd birthday to Naisha Naaman Edwards. Happy 50th birthday to Shantirian Slaughter. Last but not least, I believe, happy 39th birthday to Drew Porter. That is my list.
That's that's a long list. You got this like Santa Claus checking it twice.
You know what? I can't with you. All right. Yolanda, any birthdays that you would like to share?
Okay. All right, so I want to start here. It's a lot of birthdays for me, so I'll just say names. But I want to start with this person. So today would have. Let me make sure I say it right. Today would have been Tanisha Crispell, which is the mother of Melvin Crispell from Sunday Best. Oh man, so I gotta say that fast for you,
Yes.
teary eyes. So today would have been her 48th birthday. She
Wow.
died a couple years ago. So, you know, when you think about Melvin today, you know, you don't gotta know, but just send him a shout out or hey, or, you know, buy a
Yes.
song or something like that. I mean, because, you know, he lost his parents very close together. Okay, so today is also Aldrin McClure. You may not know him, but
Yes.
he is a gospel artist. He has a gospel artist, like a little
Entertainment.
company, entertainment. Young guy is really doing his thing. Today is also Bishop Jesse Davenport the third. Today is his birthday. Today is also the daughter of the late James Moore. Her name is Tamra Moore, and this girl can sing. She does have the DNA of her daddy. So she has a brand new song. So go out and check it out. It's called "God Will Take Care of You."
Oh, really? She redid her dad's version of God.
Well, something like that. Something like that. So Tamara and I have been in a little bit of contact, so I'm gonna get her to send it to me today.
Please.
And so we can get her in rotation. But today is her
Wow.
birthday.
Please do.
Yeah, and her brother, man, they're like
Oh, the brother is James Moore.
Brother.
The brother. Listen.
the brother, huh? Oh, today is also yesterday was Nikki Irvin, gospel musician, female musician, birthday, and a couple days ago was Yvette Williams, formerly from the camp of the former of Tone, her birthday.
Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. Emetrius, any birthdays you would like to share? And there you go.
Actually, I don't even have a list of birthdays. I just want to give a birthday shout out definitely to my brother-in-law, the drummer extraordinaire himself, the pastor and founder of FCC down there in Sacramento, California, Pastor Stefan Dubose, who just celebrated his birthday on this week. Pretty much those have been my birthdays. Happy birthday to everybody out there who has celebrated a birthday, whether I mentioned you or did not mention you. I wish you the best and God bless.
Most definitely. Good stuff. Last but not least, Ashlyn, any birthdays or celebrity birthdays you would like to share?
So many birthdays today. Bear with me as I get through them. Goodness gracious. Drea Marie, Carlos Sargent, Dame the Drummer, Rebecca Jade, Elliot Carter, Kate Westall, Tori Loomis, Maya Walker, Koso Franklin. Goodness. Thea Lorraine's birthday was on the 24th. I'm not sure that we mentioned her, but happy birthday. Belated birthday. And also, wow, Russell Sampson birthday. Russell Sampson is one of my best friends for like 100 million years, and I totally forgot his birthday. Wow. Okay, that's wonderful. Well, I know what I have to do when I get off the phone here. I mean, this call today. Wow. Okay, public apology to Russell Sampson. Okay, celebrity birthdays. Today is Hillary Clinton's birthday.
Wow.
That was a huge reaction, Yolanda. So I was not expecting that. And anyone want to take a guess how old she is today?
77.
Oh,
67?
77? No, that's a little too nice, Michi. Now you need to be being a little too nice.
71.
73 today.
Oh,
70.
like I was just so far. Close.
I didn't even know she was in her 70s.
If I was 43 and you said 47, I would be like, no. Okay, but maybe it's only me. All right. Today is also Phaedra Parks' birthday. Phaedra Parks, you would know her, reality star from Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Somebody take a guess how old Phaedra is, and I'm so glad that I think it's her real age on here. I'm so glad. So
44.
no,
No, she's not.
She's 46.
Okay. 47. 47.
Okay, I was close.
You were very close. You were very close, and I'm glad because she's older than me. So praise God for that. Amen.
What'd you say? How old is she?
47.
47.
Yeah,
She
them
is-
surgeries and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Well, because I think on the show they tried to make it seem like the girls were in their late 20s, early 30s.
Because I think
was
we're
like,
finding out a
It's
lot of
glamorized.
a lot of these. I'm not bad, so I'm just saying, like Mimi Foss from Love and Hip Hop, she's 50.
right.
And Carly Red, we still trying to figure out how old she is. She refuses
She's
to
50
accept
something.
class.
What she said.
Right.
She's 50 something.
Right, Carly. I mean, we love you. We love you. It's all good. It's all good.
No,
But
Carly says she only 40.
She's a 40 lie, and the truth ain't in her.
woo! He said a 40 lie. Okay. Anyway, today is also Pat Sajak's birthday. Pat Sajak. And of course, you know Pat from
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. That's right. Okay. Anyone want to take a guess how old Pat Sajak is today?
But he looked good though.
68.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Dito.
73.
He's gotta be like
Whoa!
almost 80 years old.
Pat Sajak, is that old?
He's like
How old did
73,
you say?
74.
74, Michi. That's right.
Incredible.
74.
Him and Van
70
White been on since I was 5. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And they was
I
grown
mean-
there.
Yes, absolutely. Today is also James Pickens Jr.'s birthday. Now, you may not know him by name. I absolutely love him. He starred on so many TV shows. He was Dr. Richard Weber on Grey's Anatomy. He did A Raisin in the Sun on stage. He is, so he's been, since 2005, he's been doing Grey's Anatomy. I just love him because I love Grey's Anatomy. Okay, no? Nobody else? Is there one? Is there one? No? Okay, all right. Well, he's 66 today, and I just love him.
Awesome.
I just love him. Today is also
Say the name
James
again.
Pickens Jr.
Okay. go
I
ahead.
have to look him up too when time allows.
Okay. Yes, when you see his face, you'll be like, oh, I know who that is, because you
Oh,
see him all the time. He's just that guy. You see his face, you'll be like, I don't know your name, but I know your face. Today is also Carrie Yule's birthday. I hope I'm saying his last name right. He's 58. I can't even believe it. So Carrie Yule's, he starred in The Princess Bride, one of my favorite movies growing up, and he was the one, As You Wish, right? He was, yeah. Love him. He's 58 today. And today is also Tom Hanks' wife's birthday, Rita Wilson. She is 64 today. And that is it as far as celebrity birthdays go. If I missed anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. Because look, we want to celebrate the birthday, because the birthday is the day that God breathed life into you. And so we want to celebrate it. So what you got to do today to celebrate you? Because when you celebrate you, you celebrate the Lord. So what you going to do today to celebrate you? Let us know. Put it in the chat. If you've got somebody that has a birthday today, you let us know how you're going to bless them today. How you're going to bless them today. I don't know. You're going to send them a Cash App, some donuts. What's the place called, Dito?
Krispy Kreme. Jesus. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
Krispy Kreme, something like that. Anyhow, you know how we do. From all of us here at Freedom Radio and Shop Talk, we love you and happy birthday.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. Listen, we are happy for all of these birthdays, all these great people who are celebrate their great weekend and a great day. We are happy for all of you. We do have a break-in that we have a break-in that I don't know if we was expecting or not expecting, but let's reach out to the city of Hercules, and let's bring on my guy. I guess he's a working man, and he is now hanging out with us in Hercules. My dude, Ja'Cory Pro.
Oh,
Hey!
you just excuse my tardiness. I can't even find my voice this morning. Oh, y'all, this week was a stretch, baby. I slept right through that alarm. But I love all of y'all. I hope y'all had a wonderful week and are starting a great week. I sound like Barry White.
It's okay. I did not expect to see your face today. I told Dito, I said, yeah, he has a little situation, a project going on right now. He's got a little project going. We're not going to even disclose what it is. It doesn't even matter.
I think one of the hardships for me is I'm a pleaser. So when I have people that are my friends, family that I'm close to, I will stretch myself almost to a pop to make sure that I don't have to tell them no. So this week was just a doozy, but I enjoyed everything about it. I went from singing to work, from work straight to worship, back to work. God is good. You got to work while it's day.
There you go. Because when night comes, that's the time when no man can work. Well, Jacory, you actually came in at a perfect time of the show because we're getting ready to jump into today's.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if we want to call it One Has to Go or Pick Your Favorite. We'll see what it comes up when I bring it up. So here's what we're going to do. Let's jump right into it. And I just saw Ashlyn's Ask Shop Talk. And man, she played too much. This ooh wee.
Too much?
No, we're going to roll with it. But ooh wee. Ooh wee. Okay, let me jump into today's One Has to Go. And today's One Has to Go, I think we're going to call it Pick Your Favorite or something like that. But it goes a little something like this. Let's bring it up. Many of us are trying to, change our eating habits, but forget the fact that we're changing eating habits. Let's just go with what's realistic. Let's bring it up on the screen. Get rid of the worst. So one has to go. We have on the screen the McDonald's Big Mac. We have Popeye's chicken sandwich.
You know what? Goodbye.
We have the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. And last but not least, we have Burger King's Whopper. And before I talk about any of them, I just got to say, thank you, Lord Jesus. No. I feel something bubbling up well, you know what? It could be something else. But anyway, listen, we're going to deal with One Has to Go. Demetrius, are you trying to get my attention? You muted yourself.
No, I just said number one for me.
Number one would have to go for you. So the Big Mac would have to go for you.
Of course.
Okay, I won't hold it against you. It's all to the good.
Wow.
I won't hold it against you. So Cedria Clark from Stockton, she says number two would have to go for her, the Popeye's chicken sandwich, since she's never had it. Interesting.
That's why she said that.
Interesting, because you never had it. Because if she had it, she would be saying that.
She was saying number one too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's all good. So Demetrius has already chimed in and said number one would have to go for him. Okay, Jacory, which one would have to go for you? We've got four. Ashlyn has already taken; she's already bowed out. But Jacory, which one of these to go for you?
You can't get rid of the Big Mac. You just cannot get rid of the Big. I'm waiting for the 2 for $5. I think the Whopper, the meat on the Whopper is a little rubbery, so I'm going to have to go with number 4.
Oh God, it is so funny to me.
It's a little rubbery. That part has got me cracking up. Okay, we got people chiming in. I'm gonna get ready to go around the room in a second, but I think ooh, I needed that laugh. So after Cedria Gay chimed in and said number 3, she's saying the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich could go for her. Andrew Brian Caldwell says that number 1 and number 4 can go for him. Azizi Laud up in Sacramento says number 3 can go for her. Interesting. Delasia Campbell out in Richmond says that the Popeye's chicken sandwich can go for her. Shannon Fitzgerald in Hayward is watching from YouTube. She says that for her, like Jacory, the Whopper can go for her. Cedria is just cracking up because I know she's laughing at it, that it's a little bit rubbery. Kim Ryan chimes in and she says that the Big Mac could go for her. She chimes in like Demetrius. Tracy J. Wilson says number 4, even though she loves the Whopper Jr. I absolutely get
It's
it.
the same meat though.
I feel you. It's still rubbery.
No, first of all, you got this Big Mac with these two hard disc beef patties. Ain't got no. The Whopper patty give you a flame broiled taste, something that makes your mouth say, "My goodness." Then you get up here to this Big Mac and it gives you 2 plastic discs between 2 loaves of bread. Okay. Got you you eating one of them burgers your mama done made in the kitchen with the bell pepper and the onions all up in the ground beef because there's so much going on in that Big Mac. Okay.
I'm not going there with y'all.
Oh God, this is funny to me.
This makes me
hilarious. So Yolanda, which one has to go?
So I'm gonna do it by calories, huh? Because my hips can't handle it. All right. The McDonald's Big Mac is 563 calories. Good God. By itself, nothing added. Okay. The Popeye's chicken sandwich is 690. Chick-fil-A, 440. Just in case y'all thinking about getting into these today on your plate, okay? And the Whopper is 677. All right. Now, with all of that said, if this is a cheat meal, I do agree. The Whopper meat, I think, has changed. It used to be good. I agree with Jacory, not just because I like him. It is a little rubbery. Okay, so the thing, if you've never had the chicken sandwich, you're missing out on the blessing that the Lord has for your life. So I love Chick-fil-A because it's actually cooked in like peanut oil. It's like a much healthier version of all of that. But the Popeye's chicken sandwich is a blessing from God's secret treasure.
Oh, yes, it is.
Number 2, gotta have it. Oh, get rid of. One has to go. Oh, I agree with the Whopper.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not like it was back in the day. I don't think it has the same. It just doesn't taste the same. At least with the Big Mac, you get like all of these, like, and I like cheese, so you get all of that. But the Whopper.
Okay, I feel you. Now, Jacory, he went and played the whole Big Mac songs. I mean, but if one had to go for me out of these 4, I'm gonna have to go with the Big Mac. The Big Mac would have to go for me. I like all of these. I like all of these, but the Big Mac would have to roll for me. I haven't had a Big Mac in years.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's right, Vito. Come on here.
Wow.
It's something about that special sauce.
No.
Wow.
Ain't nothing special about that sauce. That sauce will give you some special gas.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
Wow.
Okay, all right. Well, Ashlyn, you are last, and welcome back. I know you had to go try to get yourself together, but if one of these had to go for you, which one would have to go?
All of them.
Oh, Jesus.
All of them. Here's the thing. Okay. So I don't know that I probably have had a Big Mac. If I did, I don't remember. I know that the pickles and all the sauce and all that stuff, when I was eating all that, and sure, I probably would have ate it. But the Whopper Jr., let me tell you, that Whopper is something else. That's what I used to get all the time because it used to be like 99 cents, right? Just before they had the 99-cent menu. So we would go through the change, trying to find the change in the bottom of your book bag and be like, yeah, we got 99 cents. Let's get 2. Used to get 2 Whopper Juniors for 99 cents. Yes. Chick-fil-A, I've never even set foot in a Chick-fil-A. Truth be told, I don't eat chicken. Unless Jacory's mom makes it. Now, if Jacory's mom makes the fried chicken, I'm on my way. I'll eat it for breakfast. You all don't hear me. But no, and the Popeye's chicken sandwich, the spicy chicken sandwich, I've had that before. But they can all go because guess what? I'm trying to get my beautiful girlish figure back. So these are all the devil's doing. If it's because I can't have none of these calories.
Bless you.
We will be praying for you that the Lord.
No need.
I walk with Jesus.
It's
You
no
do
need.
know that the owner he loved Jesus. He don't even work on Sunday.
You talking about
Listen, you
Chick-fil-A?
go work at Chick-fil-A?
You talking about
Yes, you
Chick-fil-A?
go work at
He loves
Chick-fil-A.
Jesus, but I'll tell you what, he also put a lot of money into the Trump campaign. If you want to really be
Well,
tell the truth
didn't say
about
he
it,
was right in walking with Jesus. I just said
if
he
you
loved
want to know the truth about it,
I didn't see the big Carl on there.
Oh, Carl Jr.
Carl Jr.
They
Yeah.
more expensive though. Shoot.
no, you know what I used to, isn't it Carl's Jr. that has those tacos?
They do have tacos.
Them deep fried,
And Carl's
greasy
Jr. Yeah.
tacos.
Oh.
And the Jumbo Jack.
No,
Where's
that's
the
Jack in the
Jumbo
Box, I
Jack?
thought. Jack in the Box had the tacos, some greasy tacos.
2 for 99 cents.
Yes,
Oh,
it
Wait
is.
a
My
minute,
God.
wait. I have a question. Wait, Kevin Lemon said something about a sweet meat sandwich. Now, what in the world?
He said the Chick-fil-A chicken meat is sweet. It
It's
has like
sweet?
a sweet. It has like a sweet kick to it. It
I
does.
thought that was the sauce I put on there.
No,
Is
that
the
ain't the
sauce
Polynesian
sweet?
sauce they put on there. That's the fillet alone. It does kind of have like a little sweet little kick to it.
No,
Mercy.
no. See, now you really lost me.
I'm gonna
because
try it.
I can't
Let's
have
try
the
it.
sweet and the savory together. It has to be sweet.
Well, it's not
or
like
it
a
has to be
bad.
savory
It just
together.
kind of pops. It just
No.
kinda pops.
Sugar and like pepper and sugar together. Pepper and sugar together.
You must ain't never had my ribs then, huh?
No, that's different. That's different.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
that's
How is that different?
That's
Is it
different
pepper
because
and sugar?
It's not
Well,
sugar.
I
It's not-
mix up, Ishana. Oh shit.
It's not sugar. Like you
Yes,
wouldn't have a
it
bite of a steak and a popsicle, right? You wouldn't do that. That's nasty.
Well, no, it's not. No, it's not like a sugar. Okay, it's not a sugar. It's just you ain't never had like no sweet. Some meat. It was like, oh, that meat had a little sweet taste to it. You ain't. Oh.
It's
She never
like-
had the ribs.
I don't like
sour
it.
chicken.
I don't like it.
It's a little sweet. It's a little sour, and it kind
I
of
don't-
like with a little bit of,
Yeah.
No,
you
I don't
know,
like
that
it.
kind of thing.
You ever
I'm
had
not a
this?
fan of like honey
Ooh,
barbecue
good.
sauce. I'm not a fan of like honey barbecue sauce. I need it to be savory. I need it to be spicy.
So that means you don't
peppery.
eat like what is that? What is that kind of chicken like? With hot sauce and like honey hot? Oh,
Ooh,
Never.
Isha.
it is so.
What's
good.
honey hot? Where's that at? Where y'all got that at?
Like hot sauce, it's a thing we have back home. See, there is a little black in Denver. We had a place called Winging Things, and they had these chicken wings that were like hot sauce and honey, and they combined them together, and it was the Lord's doing.
No.
Oh my
baby.
God, that sounds good. I didn't know that would be in Denver though. I don't, Denver a little
Me and
cold.
Kevin Lemon, see, we on the same page because I completely disagree. It sounds like a horror. We had Jacory and I. We went to our favorite like place where we get a burger, right? The favorite place. I'm not gonna mention it right. this
What's the name
second,
of it?
But they changed the bread. They
Oh,
changed
yeah.
the bread,
It
and the
was kinda
bread is
sweet.
like a sweet kind of a brioche bun for the
I
burger.
don't like my, I don't
Oh,
like
I
my
like
bun
that.
to leave the meat.
You don't like the brioche bun? It is a little sweet little
No.
taste to it.
No, I need
But
that
it's so good.
regular neutral bun to allow the flavor of the meat to really come through. Jesus, I need the savory, all of that to come out, but I don't need it to be blankified by the sweet brioche roll. I didn't like that. That was not.
No,
I just don't
blessing
want
to
my
me.
bun to separate. I need my bun to stay
No,
with the meat.
Yes,
that brioche
that
bun has
part.
become the thing for me. Don't kill my joy.
No.
Don't take my joy. Cause that
No,
brioche
no.
bun, I
Dito,
go places if they
Dito,
don't
come
have
back in
it.
here. Dito, come back in here. You tripping?
No. The
Yeah, I'm
brioche
about to go to
bun.
lunch. Y'all keep talking about
Y'all ain't
food.
had the brioche bun? Yolanda,
We have, but if you're gonna have some,
It's
put some strawberry jam on a brioche bun or some something sweet on a brioche bun. Now we're
Y'all
talking.
taste buds
Now
just
we're
taste
talking.
everything. Tell them to calm down. So you ain't got to get all the sugary.
He said,
I'm trying to put it together. Y'all making me hungry.
right.
Listen, we've all gone through this whole one has to go. Kevin Lemons, welcome to the show, man. We was talking about you a little bit earlier. Chris Haynes says that Chick-fil-A is the keeper of them all.
Oh, yes, that
And I ain't mad. We take family outings to Chick-fil-A around here. You understand? We all hop in the car together and we go into Chick-fil-A with a smile on our face.
But you ever ask yourself where they get these chickens? Like if you add up how many Chick-fil-A's, how many Chick-fil-A's are there in this country? Right? Let's just ask ourselves this question: how many Chick-fil-A's are in this country? How many chickens did they have to kill in order to give you 500 chicken sandwiches every day for every restaurant across America? This is what I think of.
She didn't went in too deep. She didn't went in
Probably
too
the
deep.
same amount of chickens they killed for KFC to give me that bucket, for Popeyes to give me that box, and for
That's
every
what,
other chicken establishment.
but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, right? You see, so look, we are told to protect our gates, right? Protect your eye gates, your ear gates. You got to protect your mouth gates. You can't just eat anything. You have to know where your food comes from.
Listen, let me tell you something. When I saw that loose, listen.
No, we talk about bottom dwellers. You better look at the cage dwellers. You better look at how they're taking care of the chickens. It's dirty food. I'm saying it's dirty food.
That's why we say grace.
I mean, I get you.
But what is the clean? Okay, listen. I lived across the street. My apartment in New York is across the street, directly diagonally across the street from a halal butcher shop. Anyone knows anything about halal meat? That means it's literally the animal live. They kill it there. They come purchase it there, take it home to kill it. Either or, they can do it at the shop or they can do it at home. However, they have like a lot of chickens and stuff over there. And sometimes I didn't pay attention to it. One day went to the bus stop and I'm like, what is all these? What's that like chicken? And that's when somebody told me that what it was. So I mean, and I'm thinking that's supposed to be like clean, like the halal meat is supposed to be like the cleaner, more pure meat. But I'm looking at this butcher shop with all these caged birds and goats and everything else.
I know why the caged bird sings.
And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking of something like my whole halal experience changed.
How did we get here?
Like they disturbed me.
Oh God!
You're gonna have to take some pictures and send them to me. I want to see.
I'm going to New York on Tuesday.
is.
I'm gonna take some pictures of you because they be having the door. I'm really gonna go by there and take some pictures.
Go in there and say, I want to see about the chickens.
I need a chicken breast.
I feel like this is a Caucasianism. That's what I feel like this is. I feel like this is a Caucasianism. And I cannot not think about the food that I eat. I don't know. Maybe it's a clear.
No, but I do understand you, but it gets so far out to where it'd be like, well, what I'm supposed to eat? You can't even eat lettuce now. They say it's plastic.
Yeah.
At least iceberg is.
Iceberg is.
But I'm saying if you want to be, we all should be eating at home. That's really what, like, primarily we all should be cooking for ourselves. We should be eating at home. The fast food thing, there's a lot of documentaries that you can go watch about that will tell you the whole thing about the whole fast food thing and why it came to be and why so when
Put me on that prayer list, please.
You can get your food from like the butcher, the stuff, stuff like that. Because even Michi, what you're talking about, if you multiply that by 10,000, right? What you saw, if you multiply, that's great because it's small, right? It's a small quantity. Multiply that by 10,000, by 10 million. How many chickens do we have to kill in this country to feed America? How many? I bet you could Google it and find out. Anyway, I'm done. Did I ruin everybody's appetite? I ruined everybody's appetite.
No, he died so I can live. I'm good.
Oh, God. Hilarious. Anyway, Detail, come on back in here so we can move on to Ask Shop Talk.
So anyway, I understand about the whole chicken thing, but, the whole thing is he was given 2 wings.
You know what? I can't with you.
2 thighs.
I cannot. I can't.
2 breakfasts.
No.
Come on, Doc.
Yes. And he was given these things in order for me to be able to partake of the goodness of what was for me. I know that the caged bird is singing, help.
My God.
in order for me to help myself. What my God today. There are two wings.
Yes, sir, Doc. Help yourself.
I wish I felt like preaching here, but
Come on here.
I'm gonna calm this thing down because I feel Jacory about to take the
Yeah.
level.
Come on.
I feel like this is going to be backwards, but I did just Google it. And the fact is 136 million chickens are killed every day.
Yes, and
Every
he died
day.
that I might live.
But the bird.
Yes, he died. Thank you that I might live again. Thank you, Jesus, for the two wings.
I can't with y'all.
Somebody mail her some celery sticks.
I'll take them. Thank you. I will gladly eat my celery stick.
Well, I tell you what. Listen, I'm definitely. I got to get something to eat because my whole body is going into shock. But listen, we did all this talk, about, and Lord knows I'm trying to keep myself together. But
Oh, Jesus.
it is time for
I'm scared.
Ask Shop Talk.
I'm afraid.
I'm going to say before we even get into it,
I'm scared.
the thoughts and opinions of Ask Shop Talk. For real. Come here, for real. The thoughts and opinions of today's Ask Shop Talk
Oh,
are
boy.
not the thoughts or opinions of freedomradio.com.
Oh,
With
boy.
that being said, we're getting ready to jump in to today's Ask Shop Talk. Ashlyn,
Oh, boy.
the virtual floor is now yours.
Oh, boy. Father, forgive me. Lord, help me. Oh, Canada. Oh, my. Today's Ask Shop Talk is brought to you by the internet. That's right. It's brought to you by the internet. Please don't hold any of us hostage with your negative thoughts or opinions. It's not our doing, but I thought the question should be asked. So this was the question that was brought to my attention. All right. So today's Ask Shop Talk is very simple. I don't know if Detail's going to put this graphic up on the screen or not, but oh, here it is. Okay. I've been sleeping with my friend for 8 years. Should I tell his new wife?
Wow.
What?
When friends sleep. Huh.
Hold on. That's it. That's
Isn't that
storyline.
enough? That's like, okay, so normally on Ask Shop Talk, we have a whole story and all the details and everything. Today, we don't need any details. They've been sleeping with their friend for 8 years. Should she tell his new wife? That is the question.
I think
You should tell him. to
Yeah,
tell
she
his
should
wife.
tell him to tell us. Like, yeah, because she sound like she
You're
want to
right,
talk about it. She want to talk about it now because
Okay,
she
you can
catching
take the graphic
feelings.
down detail because I can't see Michi's from Michi. I could only see half of your face. There we go. Perfect.
It sound like she catching feelings. Like she like, okay, it's been 8 years and we still doing this, and you still with her, and yeah, I'm catching feelings, and now she need to tell. First of all, she need to cut it off herself. She need to cut it off. Stop
Wait,
and tell him.
just for clarification purposes, Demetrius, cut what off?
She need to
Cut what off?
cut him off. She need to clank, cut that out. Okay, because you being a part of this foolishness makes you just as accountable, and he needs to go talk to his wife. Period.
I had a Lorena Bobbitt moment just a second ago. That's why I was like, cut what? What are we cutting off, Meech? What exactly are we cutting off? We had a flashback to Lorena Bobbitt. See, she had enough, and so she cut him off too. Oh Lord. Yeah. Okay. So lots of questions in the chat. Kim Ryan just simply says bye. She was like, I can't even take it. She just said bye. Andrew Brian Caldwell says she needs to talk to Jerry Springer. Yeah. Is Jerry Springer does he still have a show? Is he still doing his show?
I think it's Steve now.
Jacory, you look like you're about to fall asleep right here on the broadcast, my friend. My friend.
I'm here.
Denisha Sexton Do says, why did he get married? That's a good question. Why did he get married? Well, apparently she wasn't wife material.
Okay.
Apparently the friend was not wife material.
So she was good at, okay. So this raises the question of, were they sleeping together while he was, how long he been married?
She said his new wife. So during this 8-year period of them being friends, they were sleeping together. There had to be a courtship, right? There had to be some sort of courtship. Even if the courtship is a day, you meet in the grocery store, you're like, that's my wife. It doesn't matter. There was a period of courtship. So,
but I'm trying to figure out how long okay, they've been sleeping together for 8 years, but he's been married for what? Like if he's been married only 6 months?
We don't know. The new wife. We don't know.
She's just the new wife. So she want to go. It seemed to me like, okay, no, we don't say those things on the radio. So the side chick seems to me like now, because she didn't make it to the front line, now she want to have a conversation with the girl that made it to the front line. Because they've been doing this for 8 years. If I think I saw that correctly. And now he don't move like, okay, yeah, you know, you good to smash and pass, but let me go over here and lock it in with this over here.
With the worldly terminology. Okay, all right. Okay.
So she was just kind of like something to do. And I mean, because it still happens in this day and time. You have people that you hear girls talk about, oh, that's my boo, and then boo, next thing you turn around a year later, boo was marrying somebody else, and you're like, wait, where did that come from?
Yeah, boo is then
and you see it. Hold on, and you see it on social media because they put it all out there, so you get to follow the whole journey.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Why are you sitting at home waiting for his phone call? You waiting for his phone call. You see he's getting married. Dun, 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 dun. It's on
then he dropped off of social media for about 6-7 months. And then he popped back on. He engaged and he get married and
right with a baby on the way. Oh Lord.
But she was just But now she want to have a conversation because he don't moved on. That's a little twisty one. I don't know, Ash. I don't know how to answer that one. That's a little twist now. There's some pieces missing. Why now does she want to have this conversation? Why now?
Because she didn't call feelings.
Ma'am.
After 8 years, you think?
Daughter.
After 8 years, you think? I mean, 8 years.
Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I might be a little different, but when I start having these situations, these entanglements. I mean, for me, it's just like I feel as though that, you know, I have my right of way with this thing. That's just me. And I'm just, so I don't know. I just feel as though people need to have better conversation. It's just, that's something worldwide with everything that's going on. You need to have a better conversation because then we know, hey, how we going to deal with this? But as soon as you show a ring, I'm done.
Oh, I mean, you mentioned a ring and it's not for me. We're done. You talk. Look, first of all, nobody's gonna get the cookies for 8 years, and we haven't had a conversation up front with what your intentions are. First of all, now in my 20s that was different, but in my 40s, look, first date we having a conversation. You want to take me out on a date? I mean, we need to have. What is your intention? What is your intention? Because I'm all about.
I don't think they have those conversations, Ash, anymore. It's a hit it and quit it situation. It's just like, oh, I want a piece. I want to put you on my list.
8 years. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They
got carried away.
Years.
But it does happen. I think the reality on the other side is, to be honest, if we are honest, it does happen where people start out as friends and then they feel safe and then they start
The
with adults.
safest place in the whole wide world.
You're obviously not in this situation.
Then
So people start sleeping together. They feel safe. They start sleeping together, and then before you know, time has passed, and we're dating. But this is my safe zone, right? I'm safe in this space. But a lot of times, people have feelings. So to me, to be honest with you, I feel like there's always another side to this kind of story, because the guy is it a guy? The guy could have been pulling the girl along the whole time. She could have been that friend, and yeah, girl, and I don't want to be nobody, and I just saw her. To me, to be honest with you, there's always a whole nother side of this story that is honestly most of the time never told. Now, on the other side, no, you should not. It's like the other story. Then somebody asked us before, no, you should not. That never works out. I just want you to know that never works out. So no. You have to just carry your heart, go to therapy, and just,
that's right.
I would
Did you say
disconnect.
carry your heart?
Yeah,
Did you say
Carry
that?
your heart. Carry your heart. I didn't mean to
Carry
say- yeah.
He
Carry your
will
heart.
carry us through. Hey, yeah,
Take your heart. Yeah, but I would disconnect. Now, I would encourage that. I would disconnect. I would not stay connected, because, to be honest with you, you're making the pain worse for yourself.
yeah.
Now, I can't tell, my business with people watch, but I'm just telling you, in wisdom, disconnect. Because if you think like, oh, it's not going to work out, most of the time it don't work like that. And do you really want to be connected with somebody that would be would be like that with you for 8 years, and then marry somebody else, and if they don't work back to them, then they come back to you? That is entanglement and circles. Disconnect.
And
therapy.
cycles.
Yep, and cycles, right? So disconnect, go to therapy, get on your knees, repent, and move on.
Yeah. And I think if we're speaking to young, I'm going to say to the young women, but definitely, young men and young women, but specifically the young ladies, 8 months is a long time to be spending time with someone and you don't know what their intention is, right? Don't allow 8 days, 8 months to turn into 8 years. 8 years is a long, long time. Now, if you come to terms with the fact that this is the arrangement that you have and you're okay with an entanglement, so be it. Who gonna check me, boo? Yeah, go do you. Like, for real. That's between you and the Father. That's between you and the Father. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, know your worth. Walking into any situation, any relationship, whether it be friendship, a work relationship, whether it's a colleague situation, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, romantic, whatever the situation is, know your worth before you walk into any relationship so that you can ask for the value, right? You're bringing value to the table, but you have to know how to speak currency. What is your currency? And if you don't know how to speak currency, you're going to be broke. You have to learn how to speak currency and get in those situations where you're like, this is my value. What is your value? Okay, great. Let's put our values together and let's build generational wealth. We have to stop thinking so right now, immediately, oh, this feels good, so I'm going to do it in the moment. Well, what about your children or your children's children? Like, what kind of legacy are you leaving? Because if we believe in generational curses or generational blessings, well, what is it that you're doing today to bless your great grandchild that you may never meet? Well, what are you doing to lay foundation for them? Spending 8 years in a situation where you're literally throwing your pearls to swine, right, Ja'Cory? Throwing your pearls to swine, pouring stuff into a bucket full of holes. Like, social distance. I believe that there's holes in your spirit. If you're pouring water into a bucket full of holes, there's holes in your spirit. You need to mend those holes and get right with yourself. Get right with your maker.
Protect your cookie.
Don't give the cookie away. Okay? Don't.
I've given
Ja'Cory's
up.
on minimal amounts of sleep. This one, okay. So
Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar?
Yeah, stop giving up your cookie, man. And you know what? Lillian Lloyd has a line in a song that she says, "Stop having conversations you can't recover from." So listen, part of it is you're not. I agree with you, Ashley, very strongly. Part of it is we're not having the conversations. You know, it's like when people get married and they're like, "I didn't know she liked pink." Why didn't you talk about that before?
right.
Start having conversations. Ask people what they got going on. Let me tell you something. Come in my inbox. Let me tell you something. A guarantee. I am going to check you out on Facebook and find out who you are. If I don't believe people when they say they don't do social media. It's 2020. If you come in now, I'm gonna check who you are, and I'm gonna check around some people that know who you are, and I'm gonna ask around. Because I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not going to jail. I don't look good in one color like that. All right.
I got a wonderful street team. Okay.
Listen,
Right.
ask around because a lot of times you put yourself. I agree with Ashton. You put yourself in this cycle. So I'm not, and it's not a judge. It's just like after 8 years, what are we gonna do? So if they do get married, you can't be mad because you never put a demand on yourself or them.
Woo. You never put a value on yourself, your existence, your contribution to the relationship was very clear. It was a physical.
Yep.
I'm assuming I've been sleeping with. I'm sure they're not sleeping. So you valued yourself as just a physical, a moment in time. You didn't give yourself the opportunity to be anything more than that. And like nobody can make you be that. We teach people how to treat us. And so if somebody is treating you in a way that is, sub-level to how you feel you need to be treated or should be treated, you teach them how to treat you. Nobody walks up and says and dictates to you and says, you're going to do this. No. Hold on. Take all the seats. Take all the seats. Because I know my value. And if you can't speak the same value that I speak over myself, and that's the other thing. Oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. A lot of times people come into our lives as a confirmation of what we feel about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you are devaluing yourself, you're going to attract people that come into your life to speak, to co-sign on that devaluation. All right. So that's why it's so important that we speak life and speak royalty, right? You're a king's kid. Act like it. Carry yourself in that way. Speak over yourself in that way. And if you're having a struggle, find somebody that is doing it and get up under them as a mentorship. You find somebody, if you're a young lady, find a woman who is carrying herself as royalty that you look up to and say, I need help with that. I would absolutely love a young lady to come and say, I'm having some issues with self-esteem. I need help with that. And I would say, I tried to take my life at 20 years old because I had no self-esteem. I understand. But let me tell you, it's so much sweeter on the other side. And then people will start treating you in the way that you deserve to be treated, that you feel that you should be treated. Awesome. All right. Well, that was good. I'm going to bring Dito back in here because we are almost out of time. Dito, I don't know why he just always dips out right in the nick of time. Dito, what's your opinion about this?
I dipped out. I have a headache, but I like the way you guys were going. Each one of you brought some very valid points to today's situation, today's scenario. And I have some of those same questions with the as some of our listeners. What's the intention of sharing that? What's the purpose? What are you trying to get out of sharing that information? I think they're being petty, as I think Azizi mentioned, and that there is no real benefit from sharing that information. When we first put it on the screen, Kevin Lemons put in big letters, "No, you should not be sharing that information." Because I think it's just really no reason or to do that unless you have an ulterior motive. And is the ulterior motive you're mad that you're now going to be sitting on the sidelines or still holding that role of side chick. I mean, you have to kind of get into the mindset of that young lady to figure out what in the world is she trying to do. Because I think that she's trying to ultimately show a sense of jealousy that she wasn't the one that was picked. So, shout out to Lucinda Taylor, who puts up a comment. She says, thrills mean we were all going through something. The question is, who do you trust? That comes from one of our PhDs in the room. Yeah, I mean, trust in that whole situation is another thing. That's another conversation that should have been had at the beginning, because you don't put yourself in a position with someone that you don't trust. And obviously, whatever trust that they had or didn't have has now been challenged, because now she wants to share information that could be detrimental to an 8-year-old friendship or relationship, whatever you may want to call it.
With benefits, friends with benefits. Absolutely.
FWB.
But if you didn't lay the foundation of
a foundation was laid.
No, I'm saying a foundation of longevity.
Ooh, a bed with no sheets.
He definitely laid foundation.
The foundation was laid.
Yeah, no more sheets.
Yes,
My God. Wow. On a cement slab. That's the foundation was laid on a cement slab. My goodness. A cooling block, as they would say. The cooling block. Yeah, but you can't be mad now. I mean, you can, but it's not going to serve you or serve anybody else. And why would you be spiteful? Don't be spiteful and go ruin this. Okay, so he's made a decision to move forward. Now it's time for you to move forward in the other direction. Don't be spiteful. Go ruin his little situation that he has over there. That's petty. That's petty boots.
It is. I agree. And but these things do happen. And hopefully we help this person in some kind of way to just hush thine mouth and go thine way.
Yes.
So anyway, looking up at the clock, it is time for us to get ready to go. And man, this time has really kind of shot by. But before we go, definitely want to go around the room and get some closing comments and final thoughts. Demetrius, I'll start with you. Welcome back to the show, of course. But closing comments, final thoughts.
Thank you so much. God bless you all. Everyone have a blessed week. I've had a wonderful time sitting here with everyone here on Freedom Radio, from the listeners to our co-hosts to our hosts. I appreciate always sitting here with you all each week after week. I'm trying to hold in my laughs. I'm still kind of chuckled up here because you just never know what's going to come out here on Freedom Radio. That's why I love Freedom Radio, America's #1 gospel music radio station. Y'all be blessed.
Most definitely. Good stuff. Yolanda, any closing comments, final thoughts?
Yeah, so I posted something on my Instagram. You can go to my Instagram at Yolanda Morant to see the full post itself. But in success, sometimes you either start with 1 or 2 people, or you start alone. Either which way, wait on God to send you the right people. Because when you wait on God to send you the right people, you'll have the right people that have the right intentions. Let him choose.
I like that. Jacory, who's getting ready to go take his nap. I feel you. Closing comments, final thoughts.
I would just say it's a good season to be stretched, but list what that and what those persons are that is stretching you, to make sure that there's benefits behind it.
Benefits.
Yeah, I hear you. Last but not least, Ashlyn, any closing comments, final thoughts?
I felt that in my shondo. Kingdom benefits. Amen. Look, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new.
Good stuff. I like that. Listen, this has been another great show, another amazing time where we have shared together. And as we get ready to go, we're going to just play a commercial on our way out. But on behalf of Ashlyn in El Sobrante, Demetrius in the ATL, Yolanda in Charlotte, and Jacory in El Sobrante, my name is D Toll. To the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time, y'all know how I do. I'll holla. Take a look at this.
do I move forward through these dark times in my life? How do I praise you when I don't see the light? How do I help my neighbor when I need help? I become what's next for me.